What's going on, guys? So we're here at my buddy Charlie's place, and we're actually going to be taking a look at a treasure trove that his own father had purchased back in 1999. Who would have known those hours up late at night on the shopping network would pay off such dividends? Because the insight that this man had is unbelievable. We can see here that he's got some actually the earliest PSA cards for Pokemon that were ever put out into circulation. He has the CD promos, including Gem Mint 10 Charizard, another Gem Mint 10 Charizard, a Mint 9 Blastoise, we got good old Hungry Snorlax, we've got a Venusaur, and we've got Cool Porygon, all from the CD set. We know that these holos all came from that set. There was a couple other cards that came in that set as well. But a long time ago on the Home Shopping Network, we know that our good friend Gary from Pawn Stars, big name collector in the hobby, known as King Pokemon, he helped get that all started when he first brought a lot of these cards over from Japan, and he had them go onto that Home Shopping Network. And you know, these cards, there are a lot of them in circulation, but there's nothing more iconic than Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise. And so these cards, they just fly off the shelves, and very iconic stuff. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, the peak of the mountain, so to speak, because 1999 Pokemon craze hit hard, and our friend here, he surely dived into it, because we have a heck of a treasure trove to take a look at. Next that we have here, off to the side, if we take a look, we have some of the original theme decks from 1999 to take a look at, including some of the first ones for base set. We've got the Brushfire theme deck. These haven't seen the light of day in 20 years. Purchased, put away, that was the end of it. And actually, interestingly enough, how I came to find this collection within his possession was I was talking to my friend, Charlie, his son, 7 years ago. We were working as lifeguards. Who would have guessed? We were talking 7 years ago, and he just happened to say to me, you know, Joe, my dad bought a bunch of this Pokemon stuff. There he's got the Zap theme deck. And, you know, he doesn't really know what it's worth or anything. And I said, oh, that's really cool. He showed me a picture of it at one point, but I haven't seen it since then. Until recently, I got back in touch with Charlie, and I asked him about those cards again, because we know the prices have been going up and up and up. And he had me over to take a look at what he's got. Now we're into the jungle. We have the jungle theme deck here, the Power Reserve, and we've got a Fossil one here next, the Lockdown theme deck from Fossil, and we've got the last one from base set. Aside from the Player 2 starter deck with the Machamp, we don't have that one, but we've got the other four from base set unlimited here. And so here I am, and lo and behold, he's got all these beautiful things that are sealed up. And I asked him, I said, what made you buy these? And he basically just said to me, you know, it was the thing at the time. It was the craze. It's what the kids were doing. We were all into Pokemon. Thought I'd buy a few, send them back. And sure enough, that was a heck of a deal, because we all know that these are getting up there. We know that about 7 years ago, when I was talking to my buddy Charlie, I think he might have mentioned a couple of these items, and I said, well, you know, theme decks, dime a dozen, maybe like 15, 20 bucks, not a big deal. Basically, they weren't too far off from the value that they had when they were first printed, but now, well, now the prices have gone up, my friends. We got $100, $150 for some of these theme decks. The later ones, about $100 each, if not more. They seem to be climbing as the years go by, so definitely a very nice pickup here. But that's not the top of the iceberg. We already know that the theme decks are very, very good, but that's not even the best that we've got. We have another item here that has certainly appreciated in value in recent days, and we're going to very carefully bring it over here. We have a base set unlimited booster box. And now, folks, for those of you that are box collectors, for those of you that like sealed product, this has been stored away for 20 years. I mean, it's crisp, it's clean, it's museum quality piece. The corners are sharp on top. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one here, very, very slightly dinged in. Otherwise, all the other corners are perfect. It's definitely a near mint to mint condition box. Wizard logos on top. The top has never, ever been pressed in. It's about as perfect as you can possibly have in terms of a quality Pokemon piece. You can see the back side. You can see the front side. And the amazing thing is that until recently, there was no idea as what these were worth. They were just sitting in the back closet, and now we know something like this today at auction is going for $25,000 to $30,000, and that's just for base set unlimited Pokemon cards that are inside of this box. And the best part is, he knows that this box is not a scam. He knows it's real because he bought it so long ago, and it's got the Wizard logos on it as well. It's absolutely a legitimate box, and I mean, it amazes me. We've got one more, though, to take a look at, and this one's really special because this one, it's all about Providence. Base set, Japanese, sealed box. Base set, Japanese, sealed box, and this is about as good as it gets, folks, because it's so incredibly rare. It's hard to find a box like this in such great condition. And you can take a look at it real quick for a second. This is the edition that has for sale in Japan only on the back side. As you can see there, it has crisp corners on all sides. All the corners are crisp on this thing. The packaging is flawless. We know that clear shrink wrap can be a dangerous prospect these days for these boxes because scammers are out there. But one beautiful thing that comes with this box, they have the receipt that goes with it. And how much did they pay for this box back in 1999 when all this was purchased? A whopping $299. And today this box is selling for about $30,000. $25,000 to $30,000 for this sealed museum quality base set Japanese box. You can see it's got some openings on the side here. That is perfectly normal. It's exactly what we'd expect for this box. It's got an opening on this side, exactly what you'd expect to come with it. Clear shrink wrap, and for sale in Japan only on the bottom side. That's the edition. And while it's very, very, very unlikely that this is going to have no rarity cards inside, just the vintageness of this box, this is what hits home for a lot of fans of the Pokemon TCG and Pokemon in general. There's lots of people out there interested in having something like this. And my advice to these guys is just set it back and keep letting it appreciate, because I think that something like this, it's so hard to find, it's just going to keep appreciating in value. And so that's what we had to show. What a treasure to find in this home. And I gotta thank these guys because they've been such gracious hosts to me, just giving me the privilege of seeing some of this really great product. It is always such a pleasure to see sealed boxes like this. I probably will never get to touch something like this again, so I'm just gonna rub it a little bit for good luck before we call it quits for the day. But you guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please do that because I appreciate it. And we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.